Bonjour tout le monde. Here's an almost live lesson about the passé composé. And this is from your chapter 3, French 3 years, the book. But again, it's optional to buy the book. So let's go for it. So pourquoi le passé composé? First of all, you need to remember, passé composé, it's a past tense, okay? You already, by the way, you already know those information already. It's just kind of a refresher. Passé composé, passé, past tense. Composé, meaning compound, that means you need to see two words. If you don't see two words, there's something missing, okay? So, what are these words? Most of the time, 90% of the time, is going to be le verbe avoir that you conjugate in the present tense and the participe passé. So, for example, the verb manger, this is a regular verb. Hier soir, yesterday evening, j'ai mangé. Bon, obviously, I should have like an apostrophe in here because of the two vowels. So the first verb is a verb avoir in the present tense, and the second one is going to be your past participle of manger. So in English, that would be I have eaten. Obviously, you don't say that in English. You don't say, oh, I have eaten my pizza yesterday evening. No, you just say I ate. But in French, it's very, very popular, especially the oral part. Like when we talk, this is where we're going to be using passé composé all the time. Tu as mangé, il a mangé, elle a mangé, on a mangé, nous avons mangé, vous avez mangé, ils ont mangé, elles ont mangé. So, participe passé des verbes réguliers. How can we form them? Very easy. ER verbs become E. For example, parler, parler. Same pronunciation. IR verb, I. Finir, fini. RE verbs becomes U. Répondre, répondu. Okay, so these are four regular verbs. Obviously, we have a lot of irregular. Okay, avoir is going to be U. J'ai eu mon petit déjeuner. I have had my breakfast. In other words, I had my breakfast. Le verbe être, to be, is going to be été. Yes, remember summer. J'ai été surprise. I have been surprised. No, it's, again, when you talk, it's going to be I was surprised. Faire, fait. Vouloir, voulu. Devoir, dû. Pouvoir, pu. Prendre, pris. Mettre, mis. Dire, dit. Savoir, su. Lire, lu. So, this is just some of them. You have a whole list. And as I've been telling you from French 2, make sure to keep that list. Whenever you see that irregular verb, add it to your list, okay? So this is just a sample. The negation, remember that. Ne after subject, pas after conjugated verb, or after the first verb, if it's easier for you to remember. You have here, j'ai regardé. First verb is a, or conjugated verb is a. So this is what I'm going to be working with. Ne is going to come after the subject, pas after conjugated verb. Do not put it after regarder. As you can see in this slide, manger stays the same. Participe passé stays the same. It's going to be moving, changing according to the subject. So this is what you need to work on, not the past participle. Past participle, it's copy-paste, all of it, okay? So first verb or conjugated verb, whatever you want to call it, this is how you're going to do your negation. J'ai compris votre question, je n'ai pas compris votre question. Tu as fait tes devoirs pour aujourd'hui, tu n'as pas fait tes devoirs pour aujourd'hui. When we ask questions, especially for the inversion, look at that. Avez-vous vu un bon film? I'm switching again my verb, my subject with the conjugated verb or with the first verb because this is the one that's keep changing according to the subject. Quel film est-ce que vous avez aimé? No change in here because I'm using the est-ce que, so subject verb. Quel film est-ce que vous n'avez pas aimé? Again, I'm still using the N after the subject, pas after first verb. Now, le passé composé avec être. So, you're going to use the verbe être. Je suis, tu es, il est, elle est, on est. Nous sommes, vous êtes. Ils sont, elles sont. Let me go to the next slide. Bon, what are the 17 verbs that requires a verb être. 17 verbs. Mourir, revenir, retourner, naître, descendre, venir, partir, arriver, and I put in that square, naître, mourir, venir. So you see all those 17 verbs, they use a verb être. Whenever you see those verbs and you need to conjugate them, make sure to use the verb être. By default, if you have the verb manger, you don't see it in this list, you know it's going to be the verb avoir, okay? Alors, how do we form that? Step 1, you use the correct form of the helping verb être in the present tense. So, for example, in here, je suis. Step 2, you're going to form your past participle. So, again, we're using the same rule. For the regular verb, er becomes a, ir, I, re, you. However, we have some what is it called? Irregular verbs. So this cross, I just noticed this cross should be on the IR, this cross should be on RE. It's a little bit, I'll fix that. So I just wanted to show you again let me go back in here. So here, for example, naître, participe passé, né, irregular. Mourir, mort, venir, venu. So because venir is venu, you know that revenir is going to be revenu. You know that devenir here, we have devenir that's not here, should be here. Devenir would become devenu, okay? And otherwise, everything is going to be ER verbs. So it's regular. Okay, so step 3, we marry them. So step 1 is that je suis allé. Okay, this is how it's going to be. Now, the final step, and this is what you have to really be careful, you need to check the gender. Il est allé, elle est allée. Il est allé, masculin singulier, allé, masculin singulier. Elle est allée, féminin singulier. So therefore, when it's feminine, we add an E. Elle est allée. Ils sont allés, masculin pluriel. The pluriel, it's always the letter S. You add that S. Elles sont allées, it's feminine pluriel, so therefore, aller, E-S. So remember, when it's feminine, I'm adding the E. When it's plural, I'm adding the S. And always, you have to check the subject, il or elle, Marc, Janine, etc. And it's only when you're using the verb être that you do that agreement. If you're using the verb avoir, no agreement necessary. And that means, bon. So, je suis monté. When you hear it, it's the same pronunciation. Je suis monté, je suis monté. But the context will tell you, oh, there is an E, so I know that je is feminine singular. Il est tombé. Yes, there is an agreement, but no, nothing, because it's masculine singular. Elle est partie. E, féminin singulier. Nous sommes allés à l'école. Remember, when we have plural, a mixed group, it's going to be S only. Okay? Nous sommes allés à l'école. Ils sont sortis. S. The subject is il. I'm having it masculin pluriel. And that's it. So I hope that was a good refresher for you to go over le passé composé. And merci. Au revoir.